On in another edition of Smart Chat Hopo as well. There's been a rumor circulating. Article was on ESPN that George Karl could be on his way out as coach of the Kings. I just want to give you my thoughts. Personally, I think they should have never fired Mike Malone in the first place. This is what happens when the owner decides to get involved in personnel decisions. The owner might be a great engineer or even a great math major, but that does not make him a basketball executive. Mike Malone, I think, would have gotten this team to the playoffs this year because he understood what most basketball fans already know. Personality warts aside, DeMarcus Cousins has a potential to be, I think, in my opinion, top 10 player in the NBA easily, if not top 5. I think that Karl doesn't understand that, and clearly the owner doesn't. This team, I think, has pieces to be something better, and they used to have a coach that understood that. Listen, I think this is part of a coach issue. I think time has kind of passed George Karl by, in a sense. I don't think he's able to relate to his players. When you look at every star player that played under Karl, they bashed him for when he wanted to trade Cousins. You had Melo, Aflalo, Lawson, all had things to say about him. I think this team is definitely more talented than what their record is. You trade Cousins, then I think you might as well have to have, just the team sit out a quarter, because that is 25 to 40 points of offense a game. I think Mark Jackson could have, put this team easily to a 6 or 7 seed in the West by the end of the season if he would be made the coach. Listen, George Karl could definitely coach, though. I just think he has lost the team. Rondo, a couple of days ago said that 3 players showed up for shootout. Only 3 of them after that 20-point loss that they had this past week. There has to be more to the story. They need basketball people to run the show over there. Heck, if not Jackson, let Tom Thibodeau take that squad. Cousins, I think, would win MVP if he shapes up that attitude we hear about. Again, he has all the potential. When the defense is terrible, when you make shoot-around optional, quote-unquote, and only like 3 players show up, and when you see no spirit, no effort whatsoever, then there needs to be change. You have, I think, one of the best big men in the league and a point guard who leads the league in assists. Maybe, you just guys need a better coach, someone that hasn't lost the team. Does George Karl ruin teams? I don't know. You hear stories. Listen. I know that Cousins and Karl, they worked out their they worked out their differences. But if they were to fire him and Thibodeau is not willing to come out, who would be out there? I don't see free agents rushing to Sacramento, nor do I see Hall of Fame coaches asking to coach the way, this team, the way Karl did for so long. This was the best possible success, I think, for a scenario for success in having George Karl. Is the owner overreacting a little bit because of a little setback? I don't think so. Honestly, I just think my gut reaction is that George Karl has lost the team, and if that rumor comes to be true, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I hope all is well. Look forward to speaking very, very soon.